Hello, everyone. This is Jimmy Cultist back again with another logic video concerning dreams. This time around, we're going to be talking about what is it? The subject of how to make an NPC that you escort who will also stop and attack. You know, an enemy. So we're going to have to produce an enemy first of all. A non-mobile enemy for this test. He doesn't have to be non-mobile, but he's going to be inert because we're mostly just demonstrating a concept. We're going to label this target. Pick it up like so, move it over like yeah, and pull it down like yes. That would do great. Alright, I think we're ready for that. Then we are going to need a friendly NPC. Label both of these characters friend. Might want to make them non-collidable with each other as well. And we're gonna put something here called follow behavior, or perhaps just calling it behavior might be a good idea. And we'll have a chip called follow behavior for real this time. And then we'll have another chip called attack. And we're going to go into attack real quick. Select keyframe mode. And using an action recorder, we're going to record a little attack for our friend here. Actually, we might... we'll use an action recorder. It'll take slightly longer, but I think maybe it won't matter. And this will be his attack. We're going to shorten the time between these, because I feel like he should have a nice, snappy... That's pretty good. The looks don't really matter so much. This is basically just stand-in logic to demonstrate how you could do this. Then we'll have a timeline set to play once, make it red so that we know it's an attack timeline. And we're going to do a good old-fashioned similar, you know, we've seen this before, node and timeline, NOT gate hooked up to the power of the node, put a switch on it to prevent playback, to connect it to the NOT gate. Very familiar scenario, which we all probably a little bit familiar with this if you've watched a lot of my videos. I sometimes go over it again and again just to make sure, you know, in case you're a newcomer, you know about this. But this prevents playback. And we're going to have this little thing here, which basically denotes that he's close to an enemy. And that the enemy is within attack range. Don't forget to label this foe, by the way. Alright. Now we're going to go into here, and we're going to get started on having it follow the player. So we're going to have a little tag right here, labeled player. And we are going to have a chip, another one. I know there's a lot of these. We're going to call it play follow. And we'll call the other one Megan follow. No, we'll call it foe follow. Anyway, in here we will want a follower. Set to maximum strength, but 50% dampening is okay. And this will follow player. We are going to turn off Y strength though, because it will not be, we don't want him floating. We're going to readjust this tag, which is the player tag, so it's mostly at the center of the puppet rather than at the feet. And the speed is something we're going to have to test a little bit. Let's move him over here. That's pretty fast. Let's make it around 4. And a handy thing that will make him redirect toward the player. We could use a look-at rotator, but I think a rocket rotator is cheaper because it doesn't use a zone. Just be sure to turn off Y strength. I think that's a good idea. Now there are some issues with using a rocket rotator, but I think they're relatively minor. Expanding the inner radius or the min distance of our follower makes it so he'll stop once he's within a certain distance of our player, which is precisely what we want. Now that's our follow behavior. Let's go into our foe behavior, and we're going to go ahead and shut off our player behavior. Copy these. And have it so that he attracts to... Did we label it enemy? What did we label it? Target. He goes after a target. And once again, alright, good, it's in the center of the puppet. Goes after target, same speed. We're not going to be using a rocket rotator though, because I feel like being precise about this is actually more important. And we can sacrifice a zone, only one zone. So, also zones when they're off, if they're not active, they don't really contribute as much to the thermo, so keep that in mind. That's why essentially this follower will be replaced by this one, and they're both a zone, and it'll be fine. Also, turn off Y strength. But thanks to this, he should attack the enemy. He should attack. For some reason he is not. Oh, that's because we haven't connected this. Might want the range a little closer. Of course, if he had a sword or something, this might not be bad, but, you know, a little bit of distance helps. For this, though, the range better be something more like that. Alright, now that we have both of these ready, the only thing we gotta figure out is how to have it toggle between the two. We want it so that it effectively, you know, switches between the player and the enemy. And I guess you could have a command system where you tell them to, you know, follow you or the person. I'm going to go with a proximity system, but you could have it be a command system where you just press a button and they attack. We'll have A be the natural player follow, and B be the foe follow. And one way you could have it is essentially just, you know, have this set to detect foe, and it triggers B. That's one way. You could also have a timer so that it's like as long as you're around the person for a certain amount of time. Oh, I forgot to delete this. How silly of me. We also want to make the NPC non-possessable. That's probably a good idea. As well as the foe. Because, you know. And that's as simple as just clicking this little thing. None on possession mode. Alright, we're within range, and now he'll start attacking. And you could have it so that once the foe is dead, the system will reset. Just make sure you connect the NOT gate to the reset on the timer. You could also potentially have A connect to the timer. Have it like this. See if that works. Seems to work. And then, you know, you just delete, and he'll go back to following you. If the enemy's dead, of course. But I would like one other thing. I would like something where when the player is within a certain proximity of our fellow here, he'll actually start following you again and abandon fighting the foe. So we're going to make it when he detects a friend. You may be asking, well, he's a friend. Won't he detect himself? Well, we've got this thing here, number required. And with number required, we can make it so that he needs 2 for this to be active. However, I'm going to do it so that it connects to the NOT gate. So essentially that would be something like this. He'll attack that, but when we get out of range, don't think I thought about this. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's much simpler. We could have it detect player. Have it connected to a NOT gate. And have the NOT gate connected to a timer. Of course, have this connected to reset. Or I guess we could have that connected to reset. But basically what this will do, player, that's strange. Why isn't it... That's player. Is there something I'm missing here? It's not going off for some reason. That is player, I don't... Set to tag? Oh, it must be set to 2. How silly of me. Set to 1. But basically this, just hook up this timer to A. Or you might want something like this. I think we'll have a timeline. We'll put an action recorder on here, set to keyframe mode. And we're going to briefly shut this off because we don't want it resetting. That, basically. We want to have a period of grace. Set to play once. Okay, that should do it. This will make him follow after us, so we should get out of the range of the foe, if this works correctly. Of course, that isn't supposed to play. That's kind of wonky. Oh, it's not playing now. Well, that's good. So, go over to the foe, get him fighting. Go outside his range, and hopefully he'll come back to... Oh, we forgot to connect this to A. Be sure to do that. And he'll come back to us. Also, if you want to stop him from doing that weird thing that he just did, where he attacks even as he's leaving, oops. Just stick down a timeline like so. Pull it back a bit. Put this on here. And basically what this will do is even if this thing is playing and we connect the switch to this timeline, which is set to sustain, when the switch is off, the animation cannot play. Why do I mention this? Because we're going to turn off attack. That way we won't have that lingering, you know. Alright, we're going to run away, and he's going to come back to us. You could even have a teleport feature if it's not good enough to have him walk after you. Lots of games do this, and they're not afraid to. I mean, Elden Ring does it. Of course, now he's going back. Let's see why he's doing that. I think I know why. Pull this forward just a bit. It's because we're shutting off this thing. Yes, we need to reset that. So connect the switch to the reset button. And we're also going to add a... I know this is getting messy. We're going to add a node. We're going to shut off the node instead of the timer. That way the timer can reset. And if we do this, everything should be good. The attack and then forget what you were doing. Yeah, maybe just have it longer. That probably... Oh, I know what it is. Our action recorder is messed up. I can tell by the way it looks that it's basically... you gotta be careful, because when you do it on the timeline, if the timeline is active, it messes that up a bit. So we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing outside of the timeline. That should fix our problem. It's not looping enough. Alright, I think that should do it. Attack and then come back to us. Is he going to go back? He's not going to go back. Well, just be very careful about that, this part with the action recorder. You don't have to use an action recorder. You could use a keyframe. Very safe. But it's another method. Anyway, that's how to make a NPC stop and attack someone and follow you and whatnot. If you wanted to, you know, hook up a command system, you could have like triangle goes into A, it says follow me, and B makes him attack the foe, or whatever, you know, you could hook up anything you want to that. It doesn't necessarily have to be proximity based, but, you know, I decided to do it that way. Hopefully this was helpful. Here are the names of all of our lovely cult supporters. Many thanks to all of you. If you'd like to get your name in those credits, check the link in the description and head over to our Ko-fi. You can become a cultist neophyte to become credited at the end of our video, or you can become an acolyte to gain early access to videos in addition to credit. Now, if you aren't in the mood for membership, you can always leave a one-time tip. If you enjoyed this video and are not already subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And maybe give us a quick like, both options are free. Also, don't forget to ring the notification bell so you will always be notified when new videos come out. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. Or if you just want to let out your pent-up rage, give us some smack talk. Until next time, goodbye.